Well, hello there, podcast family. This is Lee, your cruise director, back with another episode of Tea with Lee. And check out that jazzy little intro music. I love it. That takes me back to like my Motown trivia parties in the lobby. I'm back with another episode of this open format discussion-based podcast. And as always, before I go any further, I do have to make it very clear that all views and opinions expressed in this show are mine alone, and they do not necessarily reflect those of my employer. Now that that's out of the way, I can get into the good stuff. Today, I'm touching base with a long-standing friend of mine who just happens to be a member of the Carnival family. Today, I'm going to connect with playlist cast manager to be, cast member. We'll get into that as the conversation opens, no doubt. But I'm calling Lolly Williams. So here we go. Hello. Hiya, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great, Lolly. I'm calling to have you as a guest on Tea with Lee.
Tea with Lee, it's my favourite, and I've even got a cup of tea with me.
You do? Well, so do I. Hang on a second. Get your cup of tea. Are you ready?
I am ready.
It's time for tea. It's time for tea with Lee. It's time for tea. Time for tea with Lee.
You know what? This is the first time I think I've actually done a tea with Lee, and both me and the special guest have, one, had tea, and two, even took a drink.
I have to make sure I have a sip so I'm ready. Unfortunately, I'm not donning the best cup right now. It's a Mr. Cup, but I guess maybe that is correct.
Well, I mean, you can drink out of any cup you want. It's 2020. If you feel passionate enough to drink out of a Mr. Cup, you drink from the Mr. Cup.
Shout.
Now, Lolly, I'm so excited to have you as a guest on Tea with Lee, because I've known you for a little while now.
Yeah, we've been friends for how long? 7-8 years now?
I think so. It's crazy. It's been a really long time.
It has been a really long time.
But
it's been a good time.
It has indeed. I mean, well, it's been all shades of times. There's been highs and lows and dramatic turns and twists in our lives all along the way. But let's go right back to where we met. We met out in Majorca, Spain, didn't we?
We did. So you and we met in 2000 and I want to say 2013 was the first year we worked together.
Yes.
You were there a couple of years before me and then took a year out, and then I was there from 2012. So yeah, we were working over for Viva Productions.
Yes, indeed. I was singing and dancing badly in hotel entertainment shows. Meanwhile, Lolly was actually being skilled and doing a great job. I don't know how I wasn't fired, but it didn't happen, and it's too late for him to fire me now.
You were a lot better than you say you were, especially your Disney roles.
Oh,
you excelled.
The kids shows, I mean, if there was a position there that just did the kids shows, perhaps I would have been okay. But the other stuff was... Can I tell you something, Lolly? My mum, I don't know if it's because we've been watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race, but my mum is getting shadier and shadier by accident, and I don't think she realises. We were watching on TV, it was Mamma Mia, Here I Go Again, the second movie. And the movie's playing. Now, backstory for those people that are listening, when I was working in Majorca, I was in an ABBA show. And... harmony has never been something that I've been naturally gifted at anyway. Okay, that's the backstory. My mum and I are watching Mamma Mia, Here I Go Again. And I just, as you would when there's an cheesy ABBA musical on the TV, I'm sat there and I start singing along. And my mum just looks at me and says, "It's too late to be singing those harmonies now, son. You've missed it."
Listen, if it takes you 8 years, it takes you 8 years.
Well, I probably got him wrong on the sofa watching Mamma Mia anyway. But we've been friends forever.
A long, long time, haven't we? And you're right, we have gone through a hell of a lot together as well. The ups and downs and the career changes for both of us. I think we've, come from one place and then ended up, the universe has collided again and we ended up in the same place again.
Yeah, in fact, you were somewhat instrumental in me even applying and getting my job for Carnival. Do you remember that?
I do, because I remember when I first joined Carnival, which was 2016, I think it was. I remember thinking anyway, Lee would be great at this job. When I met the cruise director, I just thought, that'd be something you'd be so good at. And because obviously you were already in the cruise industry with another company, you'd already had quite a lot of experience. I actually met one of the guys, which was James,
mm-hmm.
Who used to look after the cruise directors. And he said to me that you were applying and that you had mentioned me as a friend. And I remember speaking to him saying, you need to hire Lee. You absolutely need, this company needs Lee. Lee will be an absolute asset to this company, and this company will be so good for him. And would you look at you now?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you had a crystal ball, but you did quite well there, didn't you?
Well, no, the hard work was you, but it's easy enough to recommend someone that you know is going to be, incredible at their job, which you are. So look at you now.
Well, I appreciate that. So yeah, I came over to Carnival. You beat me to it. You were there first. You were on the Fantasy?
Yeah, my first ship was, like I said, 2016. It was on the Carnival Fantasy. I remember being on my contract, and you sent me a picture of you flying over to Miami when you came over for your interview, and that little face of yours. Guys, I'm just letting you know that this was pre Teeth Dunley as well. So this was fresh face, little Lee, 4 or 5 years ago, nearly 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, flying over to Miami, and he sends me a little picture saying, I'm nearly here.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
I'll never forget. And then when I successfully got the job, then automatically all I wanted to do was get a ship with you on. Now,
yeah, it was quite an exciting time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept us apart for a while, but they couldn't keep us apart for too long. I did the Valor, I did the Legend, the Spirit, back to the Legend, and then I joined the Carnival Miracle in Long Beach, California. And whose little face was on that ship? It was you.
Me! I managed to get you for, I think it was very briefly on the Miracle for 2-3 weeks during when we were taking over the new cast, the old cast that were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
But then we were lucky enough, stars aligned, and we were together again on the Splendor, weren't we?
Out of California again. Long Beach, California must be the place for Lolly and Lee's friendship.
Yeah. Spent a year over there. I really enjoyed it out of Long Beach. I miss it a lot.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of people from California that listen to this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my California friends. If you remember me and I've cruised with you, I miss you all so, so, so much. And I really hope, fingers crossed, the way things are looking, we're going to be back cruising with everybody again soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's looking promising out in Europe. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this episode because I've tried to commit to only putting one episode out a week, Lolly, and I'm far too enthusiastic, so I record tons in advance. But at this present time, it's Wednesday, the 21st of October, and cruising is happening in Europe slowly and steadily. More and more ships are coming out. No cruising in America yet, but hopefully.
No. Hopefully, things will get going again at some point. But like you say, we've just got to make sure that everything is right and everything is in place procedure-wise for us to be able to do that. And that's the thing. There's just so many elements to this. There's so many pieces to the puzzle. We've just all got to be patient and stay positive. And at some point, we will be back together again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm positive. I'm actually, I was watching this thing online and it was saying about toxic positivity. And there was a moment where I worried. I was like, am I toxically positive? And the guy was talking about people who are so positive that they refuse to accept their current situation and what's happening. And I'm quite relieved that I don't think I am toxically positive. I'm more than happy to say right now things are a bit sucky, but they're gonna get better.
Yeah, it's about being, seeing both sides of the story, because like you say, it's important to remain positive, but at the same time we do have to understand and be in understand what place we're in right now. And as long as we know that this isn't going to last forever, because it won't last forever, things will get better, there will be a better way forward. We've just got to find that fine line, like you say, by not, being in denial, but also not losing that hope, because it will be there. We just don't really have a timeline right now,
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing, having never been through anything like this before. And in our current developed world, nobody has experience of what's happening, and the unknown is scary.
Yeah, it is.
It
definitely is
uncharted territory. But I'm confident that we'll get back. Now, talking of that, you just had like really exciting news, right? You'd made a huge career advancement just on the brink of everything that's happening.
My last contract was on the Carnival Breeze, and I had a fantastic time on there. Hi to everybody that I cruised with. I miss you all. And I'd actually just been promoted to cast manager. So I was heading to what was supposed to be the prize as a PCM. So unfortunate timing, but hopefully once things get going again, there will be the possibility for me to fulfill that role at some point in some sort of capacity.
Yeah. So. Now, just for people listening, because there might be people out there that have cruised with us, maybe they haven't cruised with us, and they don't understand the role of a PCM or playlist cast manager. So, in a nutshell, what are you looking to do in that job? What is that? What does it entail?
We have a cast of 8 people. So we have 4 dancer-singers and 4 singer-dancers. 2 male and 2 female of each, but then you'll have a vocal captain, so that person looks after everything vocally, or you'll have a dance captain, depending on what your PCM's role is. So, for example, for myself, I'm a singer dancer, so I would be a singer PCM, which means that I would have a dance captain. So my role is basically to make schedules, make sure all operations are running smoothly between the extra activities that we do on the side of our shows, communicating with my boss on board, which would be the entertainment director, also liaising with a lot of the other management on the ship, but for the most part it will be the music manager, the cruise director and the ED, because we all sit under the entertainment umbrella. I basically just make sure the shows stay good, do all the paperworky, admin-y things, make sure everyone's in the right place at the right time. I'm there for my people, and I just keep things moving in an orderly fashion, and I'm basically a funnel for the information for me to deliver to my guys. And at the end of the day, we're all one big team of 8, so I don't see myself in charge. I see myself as an aid to be there for them.
I love that. You're like the antenna.
Yeah. The funnel.
The funnel.
See what I did there?
I saw what you did there. That was real on brand for the company.
It was.
So, yeah, like we say, one day we're going to get back to it, and I think you will make a great cast manager. I'd love to work with you in that capacity.
Oh, I really, really hope that we get to work with each other again one day, and especially in this capacity, because we'll have a lot more chance to communicate and share work ideas, not just as friends, in a professional environment as well.
Yeah, we can get stuff done.
Yeah, lots of fun things done.
We can make ship happen?
Yeah.
I know I can't claim to have made that up. That's stolen.
That's a good one.
So in the meantime, between now and the unknown when, what's happening in the world for you right now? Are you working? What are you doing? Tell me about like Lolly's current bubble.
Well, Lolly's had a bit of a journey since she left her last contract. So I left my last contract in February. I went on a lovely vacation with my other half to Orlando. It was very lavish. And then I went over to South Africa to stay with him. And then the world kind of stopped. So I got stuck in South Africa. I say stuck. There are definitely worse places in the world to be stuck. So I ended up over there for 12 weeks. I finally came home in May. Managed to, while things were semi-normal, managed to go back over to Mallorca and fit in like 6 weeks of shows until everything else shut down a little bit further. And since August, I've been at home. I am back in Sussex in England with my gorgeous family. It's the longest I've been home in about 13 years. So it's been really great to spend time with my friends and family and have some quality time. And I'm currently just got a little part-time job, and I'm just sort of making my time worthwhile, spending it with the people that I care about, and just using this opportunity to better myself and be around people that I love at home.
Yeah, I think that's all we can do right now, because it's so undefined, this timeline of how long it's going to take for us to resume. I think that's the hardest thing. I was talking on another podcast with Chris Williams, the Flying Scotsman, the cruise director.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about positivity and remaining positive and stuff, and how it's been in this whole lockdown. And it's been a roller coaster. It would be unfair or dishonest to pretend that it doesn't come with its highs and lows. And I think a huge contributor to those kind of like harder times is just not knowing. And it's really difficult. I'm sure you'll agree, because we're very similar in our temperament, but I find it so difficult to consider moving in a different direction.
Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way as you. It goes back to what we were saying earlier as well, about finding that fine line of positivity, but also knowing, because we don't have a timeline and we don't know when everything, and it's, like you say, it's uncharted territory for everyone. So we're so used to being able to find answers for everything we need. Mm-hmm. We live in a world where we can sort of rustle up answers for anything. If we want something, we can get it. And we're finally, I think, as a human race, in a position where we don't have answers. We don't have clarity. We can't do what we usually do. We don't get to outreach like we usually can. So I think it has also taught us almost to work in other ways. I don't know. And make the most of now. I know for myself, I'm very much a person that's always forward planning, going, what's next? I need to go here. I need to do this. I need to know this, because I am a little bit, I'd say OCD when it comes to organisation, about what I'm doing with myself. I'm a control freak over myself and my life. And that has definitely been a lesson that I've learned for myself, is you've just got to let it go.
Yeah.
And just let it.
Being present and in the moment. I would affectionately refer to you as systematic rather than obsessive. But
yeah.
I mean, if you want to call yourself obsessive, I get it. I understand what you mean. You just like to have a plan, know what's going to happen, and boom, boom, boom.
Absolutely.
All we can do right now is accept our situation and kind of live in the moment.
Absolutely. And I've definitely been doing that a lot more. I struggled really a lot in the beginning. And I know that, to touch on that, there's a lot of people out there that are going through highs and lows, but, everyone's going through their own thing in their own way. And it's a different journey for everyone. And unfortunately, it's a blind journey. We're making it blind because we don't know from one day to the next what's going to happen and what's going to change. And we have to just try and make space for every day. And that's, like you say, we have to live in the present and make sure that we look after ourselves, touch base with people all the time. That's something that I've really found has helped me, is touching base with people that, you know, especially with us not being able to cruise anymore, it's so important to touch base with those people because we're all having a very similar experience. None of us are very used to land life.
No.
You know?
No.
It's a whole different ball game, and it's hard, and it's a complete change of lifestyle for us. So, you know, it was never going to be easy anyway. So there's lots of different things that we're all facing, but it's nice to know you can take comfort knowing that you're not the only one, and there's always someone to talk to about it.
Yeah, I think it's really important, like checking in on friends and stuff. On my previous podcasts and live videos and stuff, I've reached out to people and I've said, look, you're not alone. I'm here. But also, I think it's a really important time to say to those people that are listening, don't forget to check in on your friends. Don't forget to check in on your connections, no matter how well or how limited you feel like you know these people. I've been really pleasantly surprised by the people that have been in like semi-constant contact with me during this time. You know, you're not a surprise, but there are some people that have popped up that I wouldn't say that my friendship or connection is as strong with them, yet they came out of nowhere and completely blindsided me with their compassion and just wanting to check in. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I have to agree with you in that. There are certain people that, of course, everyone is, you know, my friends are there regardless. And, you know, and also you've got to, on the other side, understand that because this is uncharted territory, some people don't know how to reach out. Some people don't quite know what to say and how to do it. So I also have seen people that in my mind thought maybe would struggle with reaching out, being so much more proactive about it. I think because it is an unknown situation, you don't know how people are going to react in these situations. So I think it also makes you become a lot more patient with people generally because you don't know what they're going through. It's been a tough year for everyone. Lots of people have lost their livelihoods right now and still finding their feet. So like you say, it's so beautiful when someone reaches out to you that you won't maybe not necessarily have the closest relationship with, but then when they reach out to you and show that kind of compassion, it just gives me so much faith in the human race. And it also just reinstates exactly why I do what I do with the kind of people that I do it with, because we're all a very similar caliber of people, you know?
I agree wholeheartedly. Now, Lolly, we've been waffling for like 25 minutes, and I try my best. I know I've got a reputation for talking a lot, but I try my best to keep these podcast episodes as short and sweet as I possibly can, despite being like a chronic waffler. But before
I don't know how many times you've said that in the past 2 minutes.
I know. Before I let you go, can I put you through like a quick fire interview so our wonderful listeners can just get to know you a little bit better? It's going to be like cruisy centric, so don't worry, I'm not going to ask you anything too revealing or embarrassing.
Okay, I'm nervous.
But let's get things started with, you're in the shows. What has been your favorite show that you've been a part of on the Carnival cruise ships?
For me personally, Epic Rock.
Ooh.
That show is my absolute favourite show in the world. I absolutely love Flick, but in my heart of hearts, it's got to be Epic Rock.
Good choice. You know, a lot of the performers that I've had the pleasure of cruising with and interviewing in various question and answer sessions and stuff have referred to Epic Rock as like their own therapy on board because of all of the thrashing and how like epically rocky it is. It's like a good cathartic release.
They're not wrong at all, and I totally agree with that.
Says a lot about you, that one, Lolly.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. What has been your favourite cruise food you've enjoyed, like in the guest area? Because, of course, you can't say something that the listeners, our wonderful guests, can't sample on board. So if you had to pick one food that you could have from the ship right now, what could I get you?
You would have to get me the carbonara from Cucina.
Oh, Cucina del Capitano.
Oh, it's so fantastic. I don't eat a lot of pasta, but I could eat that all day, every day. There's something just really special about it. It tastes amazing.
Like a mama used to make
Like my mama.
Okay, so we've done food. What has been your favorite destination? It doesn't have to be the best place you've ever been, but your personal favorite cruising destination. If you had to pick a port, doesn't have to be the best port, no pressure on you, but which port would you pick right now?
Oh, it also falls under my best port and best place that I've been. It has to be Hawaii.
Aloha.
Aloha, Hawaii. Hawaii is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and I can't choose a specific port in Hawaii. Any of them will do. Phenomenal place. Honolulu was gorgeous. Loved the luau's. It was just a complete change of culture and just a dream come true. Definitely.
Yeah. I think I'll definitely agree with you on that one. And in fact, I was lucky enough to take my mum to Hawaii on the ship. And my mum said something that it just resonated with me. She was just like, not many people from our part of the world get to experience this. Yeah.
It's so special to us generally cruising with Carnival, and specifically because I'm not saying it's easier for Americans, but cruising is such a bigger aspect of their life, whereas for us it's a lot harder and we're a lot further away. So we're so lucky. Working for Carnival brings us to these beautiful places as well that we just wouldn't usually get access to. So it really is quite phenomenal.
Now, is there a place that you would like to cruise to or cruise from that you haven't done yet? Have you got a port that you'd like to do?
I actually do, and it's been on my list for a really long time. I've never ever been to Alaska, and I have heard nothing but absolutely incredible things about it. I'm generally quite a person that loves a bit of sun and beaches. I'm quite simple like that. But I feel like from pictures and experiences that people have talked about, especially, going there on one of the Carnival ships, said that, the excursions were incredible as well. So that is something that I definitely, hopefully would love to do at some point.
Yeah, you should. You have to. I mean, I don't want to tease you or rub it in that I've done it, but it's everything that you're expecting it to be, and I hope that little dream can become a reality down the line.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay, you can breathe. I'll let you off the hook, Lolly, but thank you so much for being a guest on Tea with Lee, and I hope our lovely listeners have enjoyed our little chat and catch up.
No, it's been lovely to speak to you, and thank you so much for having me on as well.
No problem. Thank you. And I'll talk to you soon. I won't say goodbye because it's not like I'm not going to speak to you again today or tomorrow. But for the podcast, I'll say bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
It's time for tea. It's time for tea with Lee. It's time for tea. Time for tea with Lee.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Tea with Lee. Of course, Lolly, I think you can tell, is a very special friend in my life, and long may that friendship continue. I don't see her going anywhere, and I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. I hope you're well. I hope these podcasts are enjoyable. Thank you so much to those of you that have given me feedback over on my Cruise Director page. If we're not connected on social media, you can find me on Facebook, Lee Your Cruise Director. That's the same on Instagram. I've got a very limited YouTube channel. I will work on putting more of my videos up on YouTube. But I would love to stay in touch with you all. If you want to leave a voice message for the podcast, you can do so on anchor.fm/Tea with Lee. And lastly, I would love it if you could take a moment to give the podcast a rating if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave a rating and a review, it would mean so much. Right now, I've got 1 5-star rating. It's an unbiased one. It's from my girlfriend. So for those of you that are listening, I would love it if you could give us some feedback. Until the next time, don't forget to stay up late, have fun, and make memories. And I can't wait to see you again on a Carnival Fun Ship in the not too distant future. Bye for now, folks.